just arrived in Bali and I'm here in my hotel in Seminyak, the lovely Delifi Hotel. The flight was somewhat eventful. The legs of the flight were pretty good, actually. I flew out of Kelowna to Seattle, hour and a half layover, straight to Seoul, hour layover, and then right to Denpasar. So I really couldn't ask for better than that. And the price was pretty good too. This is a one-way ticket, mind, but it cost me a little bit over 800 Canadian dollars. Mind you, I did have to pay an extra fee for the baggage. At the desk in Kelowna, I was greeted by a rather ornery lady who thought for some reason that I only had one checked baggage, and nothing I could pull up on my phone would satisfy her because she claimed that on the longest leg of the journey, I only had one checked baggage. And to prove it to her, I would have to show a receipt, which I didn't have. So I had to pay for an additional baggage plus overweight fees. So I had to pay an extra 300 Canadian bucks for that. That kind of sucks. But that wasn't the real stressful part of the journey. The real stressful part came in Seattle when, right before boarding, the person at the desk told me that I would need a return ticket or ticket out of Bali if they were to let me on the plane. I thought that I was coming on the residence permit, so I thought this wouldn't be an issue. And then as a plan B, whatever, just get visa on arrival because that's what I had always done. But I didn't factor in that what I had always done included having a ticket out of here. So in a frenzy, I pulled up my phone and tried to book tickets. And of course, my credit card wouldn't work. And I tried using Google Pay, but it wasn't set up on my new phone. Pulled out my old phone. Google Pay wouldn't work on my old phone. So with about 10 minutes to spare, I called up my dad, who really saved my bacon. In a panic, I call him, Dad, you gotta book a ticket for me and you gotta do it right now. And he was a total mensch about it. He pulled over, he was on the road, and he booked the damn thing, and I got on the flight just in the nick of time. I'd asked him to book a return ticket from Bangkok, knowing that I'd have to exit and re-enter the country. Unfortunately, the one he booked was about 4 times as much as I wanted to pay, and I knew there were ones for way cheaper than that. But he was able to cancel it within 24 hours, so there was only a nominal processing fee. Just if anyone's curious, you don't actually need to have that exit flight active when you land and get your visa. They usually don't check for that sort of thing. It's just getting on the plane. So while the flight from Seattle to Seoul was packed, the plane from Seoul to Denpasar luckily was only about 30, maybe 20% full. So most people got a whole row to themselves. I got a row to myself, so I was able to stretch out and get in a bit of sleep, which was really, really awesome. Because the whole journey, start to finish, probably all told, I'm probably pushing 30 hours. I booked the room about a week in advance through booking.com, and since it's the tail end of the rainy season, I got a really good deal on the room, so it's about $35 Canadian per night. I guess that's about half of their normal rate. After landing, I did have a moment of panic because I realized that my credit card wasn't working, and then my B credit card hasn't been working for over a week. There was a fraudulent charge on it, so they had to cancel it, and I've been waiting for my new card. So a moment of panic sets in. How am I gonna pay for my visa on arrival? Then I remembered I had an emergency $100 United States bill in my phone case. I also had a few bills left over from the last time I was here, so paid for the visa on arrival with the USD. They gave me local currency and change, which ended up being about $1 million, and I had about $1,300,000. After the visa, I had about 1.3 million, which is about 140 bucks Canadian. So that was enough to pay for the taxi cab and come and pay for the additional night that I had arranged. with the hotel with some cash left over. You fly here and exit the airport. Immediately, you'll have a taxi person come up to you and ask you if you want to ride somewhere. And they asked me where I was going. I told them, and then they gave me a price which was double what it should be. So I did what I always do. I pull out my phone and open the Gojek app. Two main taxi apps here, Gojek and Grab. Same for quality and price. Whichever one you choose, it's good. So pulled up the app and figured out what the taxi should be. He wanted a little bit more than that, and I thought, well, I'll just go with the Gojek. So there's a Gojek stand, there's a Grab stand. You have to wait a couple minutes longer, but if you want to save a couple bucks, it's okay. Otherwise, if you just pull out the app and look at the price, they'll come down 40%, something pretty close to the Gojek price or the Grab price. And this was all at 1 o'clock in the morning, so don't worry about coming in a strange time where you won't be able to get a taxi. Between the 4 hours or so of sleep I got on the plane here and the 4 or so hours of sleep I got in my hotel room, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Not jet lagged. Little mocha java to get me going, and just waiting for Ara to get here. Our plan for today is just to take it easy, have a nice meal, go to a spa, get a massage, just relax. I'm sure we'll both be super tired by nighttime, so that's it for today. In the next episode, we will be taking a look at the house and the condition it was in after sitting for 7 months. Thanks for watching.